Okay, Mercedes CL55 and the CL500. That's a 2003, that's a 2004. Might be a 2005, I can't remember. Anyways, regardless, the body style didn't change. So this is what I'm looking at here. This is the one that I picked up, the one that has the faulty ABC pump, the tandem pump, it leaks out of the front. Also, the rear is sinking. I pulled a fuse, by the way, and it is allowing it to hold pressure where, you know, making it drivable. The front end is staying up, but the rear is low. And the rear is low because the passenger side strut, I think, is compromised. So there's something going on here, which is making the driver's side rear lower than it should be. My fear is that if I were to replace the pump, right, I could just put a new pump in, a remanufactured pump. But do I still have a problem back here? So I put that pump in there. Is this rear strut not pumping up fully because there's not enough fluid? And that's the one that's furthest away from the you know, the valve blocks, and the one that's furthest away in the system, I guess, that would fail first, that would sink first. Or is it because the strut itself has an issue, has a internal leak, allowing it to leak back out into the line? Is it because it's the furthest strut away from the system, or is it because it itself is messed up? I'm afraid of putting a new pump in here and still realizing that I have to replace the strut. Now, those who love the ABC system will say, well, that's no big deal. Just do it. You can't afford the car, then why have it? Blah, blah, blah. Shut up. Anyways, so, or should I go ahead and do a coilover conversion? Now, this right here has the yellow speed coilover, the yellow speed adjustable racing coilovers. I love those things. Like I said, a lot of people who have opinions about the coilovers have never personally either owned one, done the work themselves, or they're just biased. Even, you know, they might have done the strut master, which is some crap. So you don't have the flexibility and the adjustability with the strut master on these Mercedes. So that's not a good comparison. I would rather maintain ABC than to go with a strut master. That's just my opinion. I would rather go with an adjustable suspension, an adjustable coilover suspension. It allows more adaptivity, right? It's more adaptable. Anyways, so what should I do with this baby right here? All right, we know that this car is gorgeous. I mentioned in my other videos, I'm not a fan of the tint on these cars because it does do that, just because of what Mercedes does to their windows. When you put tint on them, on these specific cars, it does that. This car and the S-Class both have this same problem when you put tint on it. They look good, but they don't look good at the same time. That looks good, but the contrast of the back windshield and the side windows, I don't like the contrast. Anyways, good looking car. I'm not a big fan of the wheels. It's a standard look, but you know, I like to modify my stuff. So I'm just trying to figure out how much money to put into this. What is my goal? What is my intention? Am I going to drive this car once I fix that? Or am I going to just sell it? Will it sell better with an ABC suspension that might be fixed if I put a new pump in? Or would it sell better if I put a coilover suspension? Maybe I'll make a video of me doing the yellow speed coilover suspension, because I did not make a video of when I did the yellow speed racing coilovers in this car. That was before I really hit YouTube heavy. I just did the work. I had the experience, but I didn't record it. I can do that with this one. I can record the whole process. And I think that'll be a valuable, very valuable asset, right? To the community, right? To the Mercedes CL55, CL500, CL65, the W215 community. I think that'll be doing them a huge favor if I were to record the whole process. And these cicadas are killing me. Okay, so what should I do? You see the issue that I have here with the suspension. Again, the front of the ABC pump, the tandem pump, it leaks, it drips out the front. So that seal is done, right? It's crazy because just pulling the fuse, just the front driver's side fuse. You know what? Let me just show you that fuse, because a lot of people are having issue identifying that fuse. Let me show you what that fuse is. See all this white stuff? That's because I buffed the headlights, and that's all that compound and polish all over the place. So excuse that. It's always hard to take the cover off of this fuse box because it's held down by one of those plastic ties right here, those little plastic locking pins right here. So I removed that. I need this thing to have some flex to it so I can pull this cap off, this cover, this fuse lock cover. All right, so it's this fuse right here. Where's that? It's right up under the 15, I believe. It's a 20 amp fuse. It's that one right there. I believe it to be a 20 amp fuse. That is the fuse right there that you have to pull out. That will stop that red ABC suspension light, and it will allow you to see what's going on your instrument cluster. Try to do this with one hand here. But that's the fuse that you have to remove. You remove that, and then when you start your car, you'll just have that white light. Daggone it. I can't do this crap with one hand. Hold on. See, again, because of the tension that's on this mud. Golly, Mercedes. I understand why, but god dang. All right, there you go. All right, I got it. It's down. All right. Lock. Lock. All right. Whew. All right, so that is the fuse that you have to remove, right? That will eliminate the red. You can go with that little strut master module that's supposed to eliminate the ABC warning altogether. But if you don't want to spend all that money, you just want to do a quick fix, just remove that red light. That's it, you know? Just do that, you're good. Anyways, so still trying to figure out what I want to do regarding the suspension on this car. I'm also having another issue. Now, I fixed the drain, the battery drain, and lo and behold, it was that when you have the key card, your car recognizes that the key card is near the car, and it wants to tell you, you know, it allows you to do the push button, right? This right here allows you to do the push button. But I don't have the key card, but the car kept looking for it, and it kept like turning on. The instrument cluster kept turning on, telling you to remove the keys or remove the key card or missing key card or whatever that message is. It kept coming up. Even when the car was turned off, it kept coming up. It kept turning on. That was killing my battery. I thought it was because of this right here, because this was wet, and I thought that that might be causing some kind of drain, because it would work on and off. I would have to like hit it and stuff like that, hit it here or hit it here, and make it like activate. Like it wasn't working, it was working on and off. I thought that that was causing the shortage, but it was not. It was this instrument cluster activated over and over again, right? So the problem with that was the actual little module that controls or identifies or looks for that little key card. That kept activating. So what did I do? I removed it. It was in the trunk. It was like in the trunk on the passenger side, upper part of the trunk. I just removed it, and that took care of that issue. So that's an easy fix. That was an easy fix. So now my car no longer looks for that. You know, I don't need it anyways because I don't have it. I don't have the key card. So my car doesn't look for it anymore, and I don't have to worry about that. I still have this, but it serves no purpose, right? Serves no purpose because I don't have the key card. Now on my CL55, I also have that same feature, but I don't have a key card. So I wound up with that one anyways, put a new shifter knob in there, something that looks better because my original one was cracked on that one. This one is actually in good shape. The leather has a little wear to it, but it's in good shape. So this is actually worth some money, by the way. So if you decide to ever upgrade, so to speak, or swap that out with something that you like, sell this on eBay. It's worth good money. Anyways, so that was causing a battery drain, because even when I put a new battery in it, it still drained, until I realized, like, hey, my dash keeps lighting up. While in the garage at random times, it was lighting up every couple minutes just for no reason. So it was that module. That module obviously had gotten wet at some point. I took it apart. At some point it got wet, and it was causing it to activate and act up. You know what I mean? So I got rid of that. Anyway, so I'm having an issue though. This window right here, you know how you reset it? How you take the battery out, remove the ground cable, you know, reset everything, and you have to hold your controls down here to reset your windows, where they're going to stop when they bottom out, but where they stop when they're going up, and also to activate the automatic close feature. Well, this window right here doesn't do what it's supposed to do. When you open up that door, it doesn't drop down. The window does not drop down, and that rear window will not go up all the way. No matter what I do, it won't go up all the way. Now I have it up as far as I can get it, because when you first unplug the battery, it allows you to do it, but when you try to set it, or if I roll the window down and try to roll it back up, it will not go up all the way. Also, I have the automatic folding mirrors. So like when I close the door and lock the car, my mirrors will close all the way. That's just a feature that you can, see in the menu on your instrument cluster. Going through the menus right here is the feature. So when you lock the car, the side mirrors will fold. All right, so I have that feature, and that's cool. But the problem is, this one, when I open up the doors, this one opens up automatically, but this one does not. So there's something going on here with this circuit. I'm not sure what it is, but I think it's probably interrelated regarding that mirror not doing what it's supposed to do when you open up the car door. When I open up my driver's side door, that one should still unfold. It does not. Also, I can't sync my windows properly. So something with these windows, the same circuit that mirror is on, something is faulty, and I have to figure that out. Because until I figure that out, once I roll these windows down on the passenger side, that rear window will not go up all the way. Also, if your window does not drop down when you open up the door, it will snag and it'll start to tear at the outer rubber trim piece above the window. The window is supposed to drop down when you open up the door. It does not. I'm not going to do it right now because I don't want to deal with, you know what, I can do it. Screw it. I'm going to just do it. I have it up all the way, but because I'm about to pull this car in the garage, I'm going to go ahead and just do it. All right, let me show you guys what I'm talking about. When I open up this door, watch this. See, it's still catching, right? Still catching. When I close the door, come on, now you want to act like you want to do right, but it doesn't drop down all the way. Not enough to clear it. It's not dropped down all the way, right? And it's already started to tear right here. So it's not dropping down enough. Now you want to act like okay, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. Now you want to shoot up. See, this thing is killing me. But if I roll these windows down, watch this. All right, you want to be funny now, huh? Now you want to act like you almost want to work. Even this one right here doesn't seal up all the way, but at least it drops down enough to open it up. Now, I'm going to reset these windows. See, the driver's side does what it's supposed to do for the most part. I still have to tell this rear window to go up all the way. As you look at this tint, it's not up all the way. All right, so let me go ahead and just do the little set. I'm gonna do one window at a time. I know you can do both at a time, but I'm gonna do one window at a time. All right. I'm not going to do the click. All right, go up all the way, and I'm gonna push down for that final. You hear the click. When you do it, they say don't do it. Don't press it down like the automatic when you press it, that second step in the switch. Don't do that. Just do the first step. You Mercedes owners know what I'm talking about. Same thing with this one. Hold it back. There is no, oh, there it is, the second step. Whoops. All right, so now when I go like this, when I hit that second step, it does that. Same thing in the back. So when I go up all the way, yep, see, some weird stuff. All right, over to my door. All right, they both drop. It's a little bit of a delay, but they both drop. When I close it back up, it goes up all the way. Now, driver's side is perfect. Passenger side, let's try it. All right. Heard a little click over there. Same thing with the rear. See, it didn't seal all the way. Didn't seal all the way. Didn't go up all the way. Now, if I do the second step in the switch to make it automatically go down, to one touch, it does that. Same thing back here, it does it. What is that little extra little, what is that doing back there? Something's going on right there. All right. You see that? What was that? What was that? What is that? If I do the full push down where it activates the automatic, it does this. See, something is telling that window, or something is telling that module not to go up all the way. And I don't know what. You see when I'm going like this? That's what it's doing. And then the rear window, of course, won't go up all the way either. Now, if I just barely push the button and don't hit the second step, the automatic, I can control it and I can make it go up all the way. But that rear one will not go up all the way. So I gotta figure out what that is. I can't drive around like that because if it starts raining, water will get inside, as if it probably hasn't already. The sunroof is no problem. That works fine. So I have to figure out what's going on with that window over there. All right, I have to figure that out. So what have I fixed so far in this car? Well, I definitely did this. I put this radio in there, doubled in, looks good, works perfect. It's a beautiful thing.
Responding to these bands, because from your earlier statement.
All right, I realized that at least one of my speakers does not work. I'll deal with that later. Also, I had to fix this. I had an extra top from my other CL that I took apart, and I fixed an issue. There was like a whole lot going on here where there was a lot of stuff that was broken, and I was able to interchange the parts and make this operable. It does what it's supposed to do. It does what it's supposed to do. Everything works now the way it's supposed to work. Don't act up now that I got you on camera, right? Act right. So everything is good. Radio works. I have wires in the trunk ready to add an amplifier for bass because these speakers to me are not up to par. I need to probably replace all the speakers just because of the water damage that occurred to the radio. I think it did something to the speakers. It's just not, they don't take bass well. It's a little bit of a little popping noise when the bass hits. So I'll probably have to like swap out all my speakers at some point. It just really depends on what way I'm gonna go with this car. To eliminate that issue, I just remove the bass out of the deck. Like there's no bass going to the speakers, and so that's why I definitely would need a subwoofer in the back to really bring out that sound quality that I'm looking for. But it's very loud, very clear. This is a nice radio.
And so Ron DeSantis has been
static. You know what? Let me backtrack. Now, the antenna was missing on this car, right? It didn't have an antenna on the back of the factory radio. So how it receives its FM signals and all that, shoot, I don't know, man. Something in the back, right? So it's not up here in the front is what I'm saying. So I had to actually run, an antenna wire from the back to from the front to the back. And it sounds good, but I think it could be stronger. So I probably had to increase the power. I had to probably hook up a powered antenna to help with the frequency, right? All right, so that's another issue. So that issue right there, I got to figure out. Also, I had to remove this windshield tint piece right here. I don't like it on this car. It makes the front windshield look even more purple than it already is. So that has to go. What else? I got to buff out a couple scratches. There's no dents, just a couple scratches that I have to get rid of. I have to figure out what I'm gonna do with the suspension. I gotta figure out what I'm going to do with the wheels. Do a couple little mod, like some LED lights, you know, stuff like that, just to make it look a little bit more modern. It already has the HID headlights. It has 6,000K. I probably put the 8,000K in there to brighten that up. The rear tail light, yeah, the rear brake tail light, the one that's on the trunk does not work. I can see there was already an issue there. They put some kind of glue around it. I guess maybe it was leaking. I have to test that out to see if the circuit is actually good, or if that's the problem, or if it's the light itself. Let me see. If I go through, I know I cleared it, but it should still come up. There you go, malfunctions. So the third stop lamp, which is the brake light on the trunk, is inoperable. So I gotta figure that part out. And of course the ABC visit workshop. So that's because I pulled the fuse. That's that white light that you get when you start your car up. That will come up, and then you just simply hit this right here to clear it when it comes up when you start your car. All right, I already did that. This right here is because I'm scrolling through the menus. So. All right, so that's it. So I'll keep you guys up to date and posted. There's a couple other little things that I fixed just to get the car to this point. Again, this car was a good deal, a great deal. I paid little money for it, and at the end of the day, I have a 2004, 2005, I can't remember anymore, CL500 with 130,000 miles on it. So 131,241. So it was a good deal. All right. So anyways, that's what it is. Oh yeah, I did fix that back there. Those rear panels it's a common issue for that cover to start peeling away. You have that nasty foam, sticky stuff that gets all over the place. I did the same thing here. I fixed that one. I actually just removed it, scraped some of that stuff off, cleaned it up, and put some better Gorilla Glue adhesive headliner glue on there. And so that worked perfect. Smooth it out, take your time, clean it up, and reattach it. So that's good to go. Things are looking real good in here. I think I even replaced the back side of this armrest. This piece right here, well, I fixed it. It's all like chewed up, right? A lot of scratches from whoever was sitting in the back, probably with their feet was probably kicking it. But there were some issues back there that I repaired. It wouldn't attach back to this right here, so I fixed that, and everything is functional again. So everything works, but I gotta fix that window, figure out what's going on with that. Again, the battery drain is done. My trunk, I have all that put back together. Let me show you real quick. All right, so this is good to go. I have this amp back here because that's the one that I'm considering installing for the subwoofer. Still a little bit undecided on that. See, look at these cicadas, man. They are everywhere. Everywhere. These little things, man, everywhere. Yeah, fly away. Bye-bye. I even put a little reverse camera back here. Now, I messed up because I was doing it in the dark, and I kind of put it on there crooked. It's off center, so I gotta fix that. Don't laugh at me regarding that, but hey, let me show you. It's pretty cool. It works well. Okay, check it out. Boom, you know what I'm saying? Pretty cool, man. It's nice to put some modern features into this car. All right, so that works flawlessly. It's a good camera too. It's a little bit crooked, but again, I got to straighten that out. But it works well. It's effective. All right, so more upgrades, more work to do. I'm still out here moving cars around because I want to drive this one today, the CL55. I haven't pulled it out in a while, so it's time to go ahead and stretch its legs. So I'll keep in touch, man, as I continue to work on these cars and do what I do. Let's see. You might wonder why I have blind spot mirrors on my mirrors. I always do. I always do. I've had one incident where I didn't see a car in my blind spot, and it almost was very bad. So ever since then, I think I was probably like 16. No, I was like 17 years old when I did that. And ever since then, I've been using blind spot mirrors. They have saved me. All right, this mirror right here has a goldish hue to it. It probably needs to be replaced, but what I'll probably wind up doing is probably put one of those exterior mirror covers that they're like the glass itself, the mirror glass itself adheres onto the pre-existing, because it's not damaged, like it's not cracked or anything, and it fully works, but it just has that gold look to it that I'm not a fan of. So those right there only cost probably less than 20 bucks, and you just stick that on there. So I think these mirrors might not even be heated, so it doesn't even matter. If you have heated mirrors, you might not want to do that. But because I don't have heated mirrors, I'm doing it. All right, where am I at? Okay, so that's it. Let me go back to what I was doing. Got cars to move. I got to move my SL, pull that thing out. I'm gonna drive that also probably tomorrow. But I'm gonna put it out the garage, make some room, move some cars around, have some fun. All right, guys. So I'm out of here. I'll talk to you later. Appreciate your attention. Please subscribe, like, share, and subscribe. All right. I'm trying to get my followers up, man. Show our brother some love. Appreciate you. All right.